What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have the Jon Butler Trio. Yes, indeed. How about that? The Jon Butler Trio making their debut on the channel. This is a request from Klaus Bremner, and Klaus wanted to see me react to the song by the Jon Butler Trio called Betterman. Now, have I heard the song before? There is a possibility. Okay. Is this a cover of the Pearl Jam song Betterman? I don't know. If it is a cover of that song, then yes, I have heard it before. However, then again, this may be an original. If that's the case, then I'm like 90% sure, or 99% sure I haven't heard it before. So, this could go either way. I'm not 100% sure. So here's the deal. If this is a cover, and it turns out that this is a cover, and I do recognize it, you know, obviously I'll let you guys know. However, if this is a original, well, then we got nothing to worry about. We'll just treat that as a original song. However, there is always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So it's always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Alright, this was posted by Tim V, and the video has 22,558 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. The Jon Butler Trio. Betterman, live at Wave Aid. Never heard of Wave Aid. Is that a benefit to save the oceans? That would make sense for the name. I don't know. Whoa! 10:42. Okay, well, it's a long song. Here's the thing about long songs with me. I don't, like, if the song is really good and I'm really enjoying it and the time is just flying, that's not going to matter. It's not going to matter one bit. However, if the song is not good, if I'm not enjoying myself, if the time is just dragging and I find myself watching the clock going, oh my God, when is this going to end? That is going to be a factor. Absolutely it will. So I am tougher on longer songs. So I don't know. Well, but then again, like I said, this very well could be blowing my mind, at which point the time will fly and it's not going to make one bit of difference. We'll see. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
This is not normally my cup of tea. This is not normally something you would ever find in my wheelhouse. This is not something that I would ever normally go looking for. Now, maybe it's the day. Maybe it's just because I actually got more than 3 hours of sleep last night. I crashed. My insomnia finally caught up with me. It gave out finally. My body just said, enough, you're going to sleep. So I actually got like about 4.5, 5 hours of sleep last night. I was actually very impressed. So maybe it's because I'm well rested. I don't know, but I'm digging this. I can't explain it. I cannot explain this. I really cannot explain this, but I am absolutely digging this. The groove on this is infectious. And we're in A, which is not normally one of my favorite keys. I like D, I like B, I like F sharp, I like E. A is seriously like probably my 5th favorite key. Either 5th or 6th. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up between C sharp and A. Kind of a toss-up. We'll say 5th favorite. We'll just keep it simple. So my 5th favorite key. Not one of my favorite keys. Just not one of my top 3 for sure, but you know, it's grabbing me. And I think part of the charm is the simplicity. It's upright bass, acoustic guitar, and drums. But it's clean. It's really clean. And I think that's another reason why I'm digging it so far, is because it sounds super clean. It doesn't sound all muddled up and muddied up with a whole bunch of other irrelevant and unnecessary instrumentation. It just sounds stripped down, simple, great groove, clean, pleasing to the ear. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah! Who knew I was going to enjoy this? My goodness. Let's keep this going. I'm shocked. I'm a little shocked. Let's keep going here. Nice guitar solo. Very appropriate. Stylistically, very appropriate. Fit the context of the song. No problem at all. Great use of the slide intermittently, too. That was really nice. Watching the bass player playing that upright, man, he is really pulling on those strings. But you kind of have to. I miss my upright. I do, man. I loved having my upright. I used to have an old, really old, late 19th century German upright. This thing was beat to hell. It was so beat up. I mean, there were literally chunks of wood missing out of the edges of the shell, of the frame. And there were no holes in it, but there were like the edges, the seams. There were chunks of wood missing out of it. There were scratches all over it. There was no polish on it whatsoever. It had been completely stripped. It was so old. All the varnish had worn off. But this thing was a beast. I would go to jazz clubs with this thing. And I would be hired to go in and, play with a trio or a quartet or something like that. And I would set up, and the guy, the sound guy would come over to mic me up. I would just look at him and go, I guarantee you're not going to need that. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, go back to your booth and don't mic me up. Go back to your booth and tell me if you can hear it. And I would start playing. He's like, holy crap. That thing is loud. I was like, yeah, I love this thing. It was so nice. I miss it. I couldn't keep it. I didn't have room for it. I didn't have room to store it. I ended up donating it to my old high school. I gave it to them. And I probably could have sold it, honestly, as was. I probably could have sold it for about $1,000. But even in the terrible condition, I probably still could have sold it for about $1,000 because it was so bright and loud and full, and God, I miss it. But I did end up donating it to my high school, and they gratefully accepted it. I don't know if they still have it or not. But I was watching him play, and the pulling on the strings. I don't know. I can't tell if he is mic'd or if he's using a pickup. I can't tell. I think he's mic'd. It sounds like a mic. It doesn't sound like a pickup. I'm not getting the hard attack that you get from a pickup. So he's having to really pull on those strings for a reason. That could be why he's pulling on the strings so hard, is because he's using a mic instead of a pickup. I have to get a better look. I'll have to pay a little more attention to see if I can see it. But he's fun to watch, though. Acoustic shows like this, from a live standpoint, I get it. I understand the reasoning for it. And I'm not, watching them, I'm not expecting a whole lot of movement and motion and crowd interaction, which is kind of a bummer. But, because I like seeing those things. But I get it. It's an acoustic performance. I understand. I've never been the biggest fan of acoustic performances. So, I don't know. I don't know how much this is going to play into the score. We'll have to keep going and see. But anyway, let's keep going here. Let's see where this goes. Oh, wait! I think I saw a pickup. Okay, he's using the My bad. He's not mic'd. He's using a pickup. I could see it. It's right below the bridge. Right before the end of the neck. It's that little white thing. Little white rectangle. I think that's the pickup. Nice effect using that auto wah. You don't hear too many bass players use auto wah. They usually like having the wah pedal in full control. What auto wah does is it gives it that envelope shape every time that you play a note. Every time there's that impact, that start. So you'll play a note, right? And then before you play the next note, there's always that little brief, ever so slight break in the sound. Well, the auto wah detects that and it resets itself. So when you hit the next string or hit the next note, it'll kick back in again with a fresh envelope. So really nice effect. It's a great effect. It's an effect that is unfortunately overlooked way too often, but I'm really glad to see he's using it, and on an upright no less. Really nice. Great solo, by the way. Very tastefully done. A lot of great subdivisions. A lot of great subdivisions in there. Almost felt like the drummer could have taken a breather. He could have taken a break at that point. He was doing such a great job of keeping the precision and keeping the feel going with what he was playing. So that was nice. A really nice bass solo for an upright. Very, very well done. Let's keep going here. Why not? There we go. Ah, I was looking for a slam out of it. Interaction there, that's good. If I'm being honest, the drum solo did go a little long. Just a little. I mean, it was really well done, don't get me wrong. Some great subdivision work. Some great accents within the subdivision to help, keep things moving, keep the tempo going, and keep the pacing of the song alive, for lack of a better word. It's very easy for drummers to get lost in their solos, and the next thing they know, they're like, wait a minute, where am I? Am I on 3 or am I on 4? I don't know. So, but he did a great job of keeping the time steady, the tempo steady, never losing his spot. And like I said, great use of play on feel, accents, subdivisions. Really nice, really nicely done. It just did go a little long. That's all. But I could even see it in the bass player. I think the bass player was like, okay, let's go. You know, when the bass player is saying that says something. Anyway. All right, let's get back into the song. Let's see if we can finish this out, and we'll get to the review.
So Betterman, I am a since I come to come down to you, and you taught me so many things about myself, and you know this is true. But now we are apart, and it's all my fault, 'cause you know I need to be alone. Don't know myself, so why can I share with you, go over there one? But you are beautiful, beautiful.
Nice harmonies.
Beautiful woman. Yes, you are a beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful woman. Yes, you are a beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful woman. Yes, you are a beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful.
Very effective ending. Really nice ending. Very effective use of dynamics. Through those whole last 2 minutes, everybody just, I mean, there was that coming out of the drum solo, everybody went and rocked out for a bit, and then they all came down dynamically. And that's pretty much how they finished out, other than the vocals. Vocals carried the ending for sure. That was smart. It was really smart. There's a lot to think about here. Give me a few minutes. I shouldn't need like an hour to think about this, but I'm going to need a few minutes for sure. Let me gather my thoughts. Let me think about it, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Jon Butler Trio with Betterman. This was a request from Klaus Bremner. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I had to take a couple of things into account here. I understand that this is a live performance. And I understand that this is an acoustic performance. I had to take both of those things into consideration. It's hard. It is very, very hard to have stage presence, stage interaction, crowd interaction, showmanship when you are sitting down. It is very hard. I know I've made that comment before when I saw, I did my reaction to Pearl Jam when they did Porch on MTV Unplugged. It's hard to do those things, man, when you're sitting down. You just, in all honesty, it's pretty much impossible. I mean, there are things you can do, but you're so limited because you are in a chair. You know what I mean? So I had to take that into consideration, and it did affect the score. Yeah, it kind of did. It did kind of bring the score down a little bit because, if I'm being honest here, I understand the situation. I do. It's an acoustic performance, but as far as a stage energy and stage presence and crowd interaction, showmanship, stuff like that, we really didn't see a whole lot. So I have to take that into account, guys. I do. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are going to be upset by that, but I got to be fair across the board. Now, having said that, I did see a little bit, like during the drum solo, coming out of it, when he would play the fill and he would stop, wait for the crowd to react, go back into another fill, stop, wait for the crowd to react. I mean, is that crowd interaction? Yes, it is. It absolutely is crowd interaction. I saw it there. Pretty much the only place I saw it. Now, musically, and this is where the score came up a bit. This is not normally something I would ever go listening to. This is not something you would ever find a playlist. This is not something I would ever see myself go actively searching for to listen to, because it's not normally my cup of tea. But having said that, the song was fun. It was, man. I was enjoying the tune. I was grooving along to it. The song's groove was infectious. The feel was infectious. It felt really good, man. It really did. It felt good from start to finish. If I'm being honest, the drum solo did go a little long. I feel like he could have shortened it up a bit, especially when I looked at the bass player. And even the bass player, I think, was doing this. Like, let's move along. Let's wrap it up, you know. So, if that doesn't tell you, then I don't know what does. No, but the chordal structure of the song felt good. We're in A, which is a little unusual for me to enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like songs in A, but they're not it's not my favorite key by any stretch. But in this case, it fit. It felt good. The guitar playing on this was immaculate. It sounded really good. I was watching his right hand. It looks like he's playing with nails. Now, I don't know if those are his real nails. I suspect they're acrylic. They looked acrylic. They looked thick on top. Like up here, it looked really thick. So I suspect those are acrylic nails. I'm not knocking it. Look, he made it work for him, didn't he? I can't sit here and criticize that and go, what a stupid idea, when he did it and it sounded just fine. It works for him. So I don't see any basis for criticism. Now, if he was doing it and it wasn't working, then I would have hammered him. But no, he made it work just fine. The bass player, I think, was the highlight for me. Watching that upright bass be used the way it was used. Throughout the song, rock solid bass playing. So good movement around the neck, providing some counter harmonic or counter melodic lines, which was really nice. Not too many though. Like, he would come up, he would play a counter melodic line, but he would go right back down again on the neck, and that's smart. I've said that about other bass players in the past. Not every bass player knows how to do that. Not every bass player understands how to play with taste. So the fact that he was doing it on an acoustic, on upright nonetheless, on a contrabass, that's even better. At first I wasn't sure if he was mic'd or if he was using a pickup. And I made the comment that I was watching him play and he was really pulling on those strings, which kind of led me to believe that he was using a mic. But then, when he went into the actual solo, he had that auto walk going. I was like, you're not going to get auto walk from a mic. You're not like that. Not that clean, not that precise, not that accurate. He has got to be playing with a pickup. And I started watching really closely. And sure enough, I saw it. It was there right underneath the bridge, underneath the neck. So that was really cool. The bridge of the neck, I mean. That was really cool to see. You know, him playing with a pickup is nice. It still sounded really good. Utilizing the auto wah, which is unusual. Not too many bass players utilize auto wah. They like using a wah pedal as opposed to just assigning it to auto wah and not having to worry about it. So I dug that. It was nice to hear auto wah being used. Don't hear it very often. And on an acoustic, on an upright to boot. But it looked good, sounded good. Got to give the bass player a lot of credit, man. I loved his solo. His solo sounded fantastic. Not overly done either. As he was wrapping it up, I was starting to think to myself, this would be a great time for him to wrap it up, and he did. He did. So he did not go too long. The guitar player on his guitar solo. If I'm being honest here, I think his guitar solo could have actually gone another 16. I wouldn't have had an issue with it. I do thought the guitar solo was actually a little short. But maybe he just wanted to give the other players more time to show off. And, you know, you don't get to hear bass solos too often or drum solos too often. I'm sure in every other song they played, he had a solo. So maybe he just wanted to give them a little more time to shine, which I got no issue with. But if he had gone another 16 measures, I would not have complained. I would have enjoyed it. No, overall, this was a very enjoyable, fun experience. I have no regrets watching this whatsoever. Would I ever listen to this again? I wouldn't go looking for it, but if somebody played it, like if I was at a party or something like that and somebody put this on, I'd listen to it. I would listen to it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't leave the room. If this came on the radio, I wouldn't change the station. So, no, it was enjoyable. I did enjoy it. I think it's a really good song. And that's why it's getting a really good score of 7.6. So, 7.6, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys feel like ringing the bell, then go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.